Hey there, it's Avery. Today I want to talk about transitioning in college. Fall 2017 is when I started my freshman year of college, and I came out the summer after that, so summer 2018. Throughout my freshman year, at least to the outside, there was no indication that I was trans. I still had my long hair, I still wore makeup, I still acted the way that I acted as the person who I was before I transitioned. I made a lot of really amazing friends. I joined the rugby team. Even at the end of the year, I got hired for this really awesome job that I was so excited for school. And then I went home for the summer, and before I left, me all in here, I'd been thinking about the possibility of me being trans, and I, on my own at night, be on YouTube looking at videos of YouTubers and their stories and experiences. And before I left to go back home, so I go to school in California, but I was raised in New Jersey, and that's where I still go back to for the holidays. Before I went home, I only told one friend that I was thinking of cutting my hair off, and I don't think I said much more than that. But then I went back home, and that summer, back when I was with the people that I grew up with and my family, I cut off my hair, I changed my name to RV, I started using they, them pronouns. And so over the summer is when kind of everything happened, when I really let myself embody this idea of me being trans, me taking the first steps and being like, yeah, I'm gonna cut my hair, and if I like it a lot, then I think, I'm gonna continue this journey that I think I'm on, and if I don't like it, then hair grows back, right? But I didn't want to take those first steps, and, while I was out here, I wanted it to be home, for many reasons. When I was home, that was its own huge time of coming out to myself and coming out to the people around me. And I think I'll get into that some other time, but I want to talk about college right now. I go back to school, and everything changes. In terms of other people and my relationships with them, freshman year of college, I'm in a bunch of gen ed classes. I didn't really make many friends in them, so I wasn't worried about any friends from classes that I had to come out to or whatnot. But most of my friends were from the rugby team, because it consumed my life very happily. And they were extremely open and welcoming and accepting, and, partially because rugby is just a very queer and friendly sport in general, so if I was gonna be on a sports team coming out as transgender, rugby was the team to be on. And then also, one of our assistant coaches happened to be trans. And so, just getting to know him was a big help in helping the team understand me, because I wasn't the first trans person that they met for the people that knew. Otherwise, kind of a really great part of coming out in college, and especially transitioning during the summer and coming back for my sophomore year, was being able to meet a lot of new people in my classes, my professors, new teammates, and introducing myself as RV. And to them, that being the normal, and that being just like I'd been RV my entire life. And that was the wildest, most amazing feeling, to introduce myself for people and for them to never slip up my pronouns or my name, because there were never any other options for them. And so as for my professors, that was definitely something that I struggled with at first, because I knew that my name on the roster was my dead name, and I obviously didn't want them to call me that, especially on the first day of school in front of everyone. So I took it upon myself to email all of my professors a week or two before classes started, introduce myself, explain that I was transgender, explain that I was proud, and asking them, or more so demanding, that they use my name, especially on the first day of class when they're doing roll call. And for the most part, I had to do that for for a few semesters. I've had to do that for every semester because it's still my legal name, kind of. And for the most part, it worked out. I think I had one professor who dead named me in front of the entire class, but what am I gonna do about it? Yeah, so as for the bathroom situation, I still use the women's restroom. Okay. So when I got back to college my sophomore year, I had only cut my hair off and changed my name. I hadn't had any surgery, I wasn't on hormones yet. And so I still used the women's restroom because I still felt like I was perceived as a female to strangers. And that's also where I definitely felt the most comfortable, and most of my friends were females, so we would go in the bathroom together, and so it just made sense, and that's where I wanted to be. As time went on, especially after I got top surgery, like there were a few instances that kept happening where I was in the women's restroom and people would come up to me and be like, "Excuse me, are you in the right place?" And I would just get a lot of looks a lot of the time, so I knew it's not where I was wanted, but I felt physically safer there than I would have felt in the men's restroom. But as that got worse, basically my entire junior year, after I started T, I only used gender-neutral restrooms. I didn't use the men's restrooms. I still, didn't feel comfortable for that, but I felt just as uncomfortable in a women's restroom at that point. So luckily, my school is extremely inclusive, and there are gender-neutral restrooms all around campus, so I had them all memorized, so whenever I needed to use one, sometimes I had to hop from one building to another while in class, so I explained to the professor that I might take an extra few minutes, and they understood. And that was my bathroom situation, and I still haven't really used men's restrooms at all. Kind of bless COVID for making everyone stay at home, so I don't have to be in public spaces and worry about that. Overall, my experience transitioning in college was very good. Obviously, when it came to my name, it took everyone some time to get it. Some people it was easier than others, but everyone eventually, wasn't saying my dead name anymore. But as for acceptance, everyone was extremely accepting of me and supported me and pushed me to, continue to be the best version of myself, and still are. College has also taught me to be independent and to stand up for myself, and so that has also played a role in me being more confident and not caring so much about what other people think, though that is still a definite work in progress. And I don't know, I mean, college is the point, I think, in anyone's life where they question everything around them and who they are and who they want to be. And I'm really glad to have had this process happen while in college, because it was just another part of this giant learning experience of life. Yeah, I know this has already been way too long, so I'm going to sign off. If you have anything specific that you want to know, ask, please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll be back next weekend with another video.